Hello students. Today I will discuss about geometrical isomerism. We know already stereoisomers. Actually isomers are of two types. One is structural, other one is stereoisomers. Stereoisomers. Stereoisomers are again divided into two types. One is configurational isomers and other one is conformational isomers. Conformational and configurational isomers are divided into two types. They are geometrical isomers and optical isomers. Geometrical and optical isomers means geometrical isomers are stereoisomers, optical isomers also stereoisomers. Right. Now I am discussing about geometrical isomerism. Sometimes this geometrical isomerism is also called as cis-trans isomerism. So cis-trans isomerism, geometrical isomerism, also called cis-trans isomerism. Actually, the two geometrical isomers possess same molecular formulae as well as structural formulae. So, two different geometrical isomers. So, geometrical isomers possess same molecular formulae. Similarly, structural formulae also same. So, same molecular formulae and structural formulae, but differ in the arrangement of atoms or groups in space. So, here differ in the arrangement of atoms. Some atoms like hydrogen, chlorine, bromine, like that, or groups like methyl, ethyl, nitro, like that. So, having a same molecular formulae, same structural formulae, but different the arrangement of atoms or groups in space. They are called geometrical isomers and the phenomenon is known as geometrical isomerism. How these geometrical isomers they differ in the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups. The reason for having a difference in the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups is due to restricted rotation. What is meant by restricted rotation? So, rotation is not possible, means no rotation. Means because of the absence of a free rotation of two atoms with respect to the bond which is present between them, the two geometrical isomers they are existing. So, two geometrical isomers they will exist due to restricted rotation. Means there is no free rotation between the two atoms. Right. So, in what are the conditions required to exhibit restricted rotation? Means not having any rotation means sometimes C double bond C is there. So, because of that double bond, this carbon and this carbon they will not freely rotate. Or sometimes here carbon double bond nitrogen, or sometimes nitrogen a double bond, or sometimes cyclic structure. So, geometrical isomerism is only due to restricted rotation. Now, I am taking one example, that is a C double bond C. here some group X here Cl is there, here H is there, here Cl is there, H is there. Now here a C double bond a C, here a Cl H, here a Cl H. Now here these are two groups spatially different. Means spatial arrangement of these atoms are different. Structural formula is same. The structure of this is here a Cl, here a CH is there on it, double bond CH, Cl. The structure of this also same, Cl, CH, double bond CH, Cl. So structural formula is same. Molecular formula also same. It is C2, H2, Cl2. It is also C2, H2, Cl2. Same molecular formula, same structural formula, but different the spatial arrangement of these atoms. So because of the difference in the spatial arrangement, you see here this chlorine is present at upside of this one, or simply with respect to double bonded carbon, these similar groups or identical groups are present at same side of the double bonded carbon atom. So with respect to this double bonded carbon atom, same or identical groups are same side. So that's why it is called cis. Yes, with respect to this double bonded carbon, the similar groups or identical groups are present at opposite sides. That's why it is called trans. So here identical groups are at same side of the double bonded carbon atoms, that is cis, whereas they are present at opposite sides, it is trans. Now here you take a different example, C double bond C. Here H is there, H is there. Here Cl H is there. It will not exhibit a geometrical isomerism because these two are same groups. Similarly, you take a C double bond C. Here HCl, here ClBr. Yes, sir, it will exhibit because these two are different as well as these two are different. These two are different as well as these two are also different. So that's why it will exhibit a geometrical isomerism. Similarly, here C double bond C, here H and deuterium. It is a Cl35, here a Cl37. Yes, it also will exhibit a geometrical isomerism. Because even though these two seems like chlorine atoms, these two are having a different mass numbers. These two are having different mass numbers. That's why these two are of course isotopes with each other. So here it will exhibit a geometrical isomerism. Now I am taking some other examples for this geometrical isomers. I am taking a C double bond C, here a COOH, HH. This is a malic acid. It is a malic acid. It is a cis isomer because you compare these two, or you can able to compare these two also. Any two. Here identical groups are at the same side of the double bonded carbon. That's why this is a cis. And a trans isomer for this is this one COOH. Here a COOH is there. Here H. Here H. So similar groups are at the opposite sides of the double bonded carbon. So here these are the double bonded carbon atoms. Here the identical groups are at the opposite sides of the double bonded carbon atoms. That's why it is a trans isomer. It is a fumaric acid. So fumaric acid is a trans isomer. Malic acid is a cis isomer. Similarly, cinnamic acid I am taking, that is a C6H5. Here a CH double bond CH, COOH. It will exhibit a geometrical isomerism, that is a cis-trans isomerism. If these are two hydrogen atoms which are present on this double bonded carbon are at the same side, then it is called a cis. You see here a C double bond a CHH and here a C6H5 COOH. These two are at the same side of the double bonded carbon. Here that's why this is a cis. This is a cis. Now we can able to write a trans also. How? Here a C double bond a C, here a H, here a H, C6H5, here a COOH. Like that we will write a cis-trans isomerism. Similarly, in the case of cycloalkanes, the cyclic nature is there, ring is there, so that ring is exhibiting a restricted rotation. That's why they will exhibit a cis-trans isomerism. Here you take any size, ring size of any size, ring of any size. This with respect to this one, ring is like this, chlorine is below this, here also below this, and hydrogen is above that. So these are at the same side with respect to this ring. That's why it is a cis. And another one is a trans. That is a CLH. Here a CLH. It is a trans isomer. Similarly, you may take a 4-membered ring. Here it is a HCl. Here a HBr. Yes, it is also exhibiting a cis isomerism. It is a cis isomer because two groups are there. Two identical groups are at same side with respect to that ring. Now I am taking a trans isomer for this one. This is a HCl. Here a BRH. So it is a trans, or here you may take like this also. Here a CLH. Here a BRH. So this is a trans. Of course, this is also trans. Both are trans. It is a cis. So this cis-trans isomerism is possible. Similarly, you take like this. Here you take a CH3H. Here a CH3H. Now it is a cis. You take it is a CH3H. Here a CH3H. It is a trans. Similarly, instead of taking this one, here you take a HCH3. Here two CH3 groups are behind that one, or here I will write like this. Here a HCH3, it is a cis, and the next one is a HCH3, it is a trans. So these two are geometrical isomers with each other. These two are also geometrical isomers. Here at any position, here these two are at 1-2 position, but in this case 1-4 position. At any position, only thing is the identical groups are at the same side with respect to that ring, that is called cis. Here identical groups are at opposite side, that is called trans. This is the geometrical isomerism in cycloalkanes. Of course, cycloalkenes also exhibit. Cycloalkenes up to 6 carbon atoms, so only cis is possible. Means here H, only cis. Trans is not possible. 6 carbon atoms, only cis is possible. For a 7th carbon atom, that is a 7-membered ring with a double bond, both cis as well as a trans is possible. But cis is more stable in that case. Whereas after 8 to 8 onwards, means here a ring having 8 carbon atoms or more than that, trans is more stable than cis. Means I am taking this one. here in this case, here it is exhibiting only cis, no trans. Here a 6-member ring. Yes, this is having 6 carbon atoms, only cis. But 7 carbon atoms, it will exhibit both cis as well as trans. But with the 7 carbon atoms, here cis is more stable than trans. Cis is more stable than trans. How we will write this cis as well as a trans for that one? Here you see, here it is present in this manner. It is cis. It is cis. It is having these two similar groups are at same side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-member ring. Here it is a cis. Whereas by taking a trans, it is a double bond. This is this carbon, and it is having 2 carbons like that. And another side, it is having 3 carbon atoms. So 3 carbon atoms they are present like this. Here it is a hydrogen, it is a hydrogen. So this is a 1 carbon, 2nd carbon, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. 7 carbon atoms. With respect to this double bond, these 2 hydrogens are at opposite side. So that's why it is a trans. But in this case, cis is more stable than trans. Now, here are 8 carbon atoms I am taking. Here by taking 8 carbon atoms or more than 8, here cis trans both are possible, but trans is more stable than cis. In this case, cis is less stable. Here trans is more stable. Of course, it is a cis. It is less stable when compared with the trans form of this one. How transform it is there? Here it is having here 3 carbon atoms at this side. It is having 3 carbon atoms. Now here above this it is 1, it is 2, it is 3. And it is bonded to this one. So 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2. So totally 8 carbons are there, and these two are at opposite sides. So that's why it is a trans. It is a trans. So this is a more stable than this cis form. So up to 6 only cis is possible. In the case of cycloalkenes, only cis is possible up to 6 carbon atoms. 7th carbon will exhibit both cis as well as trans, but it is cis is more stable than trans. 8 onwards, 8 and above carbons are there in that cycloalkene ring, then trans is more stable than cis. Trans is more stable than cis. And next one is I am taking the other compounds like this. Here C double bond C. Here Cl Br is there. Here He and some fluorine is there. In this case, it is not possible to write it as a cis or a trans, because here there is no common group on this carbon as well as this carbon. There is no common atom on it as well as this one. If any common atom is there with respect to those two, here they are at same side means cis, opposite side means trans, we can able to write. But in this case, what we will do means we will write Ez isomerism. Ez isomerism. How we will write Ez isomerism? First, we need to give priority to the atoms or groups which are bonded to that double bonded carbon. Priority rules are there. So priority rules are given based on CIP. What is the CIP rule mean? The atom which is directly bonded to double bonded carbon with a more atomic number will get a more priority. Lesser atomic number will get a lesser priority. So now you compare these two atoms which are bonded to this double bonded carbon. So we will give priority in between these two only. Rank 1, rank 2. then we will give priority between these two. We never compare these two or these two or these two. We always compare these two to give the priority. After that, we will compare these two to give the priority. Yes, sir. Out of these two, this fluorine has a more atomic number, so priority 1, and it is a 2, priority 2. Highest priority given to fluorine because of its more atomic number compared with the hydrogen. Similarly, out of these two, it is getting a more priority than this one because of more atomic number compared with this one. Bromine atomic number is more when compared with the chlorine. So it is a 1, it is a 2. After giving a priority, the groups with a similar priority on same side of the double bonded carbon is a Z isomer. Groups with a similar priority. Yes, these two are the groups with a similar priority. On the same side of the double bonded carbon. So these two are at same side, downside. These are at upside. So these two are at same side of the double bonded carbon. Then it is called a Z isomer. If groups with a similar priority are at opposite sides of the double bonded carbon, then it is called E. Here now, here a C double bond C, here it is a B or a Cl, here a H, F. So here groups with a higher priority are at opposite sides. Here these two are at opposite side or similar priority are at opposite side. So you can able to compare these two or these two. These two are at opposite sides or these two are also at opposite sides. Once groups with a similar priority are at opposite sides, then it is called E isomer. This is a Z isomer, it is a E isomer. Here groups with a similar priority are at same side, that is a Z isomer. And groups with a similar priority are at opposite side, then it is a E isomer. And E may be sometimes cis or sometimes trans. Similarly, Z may be sometimes cis, sometimes trans. Sir, here why you are using this cis and trans? Because it is not possible to say here whether it is a cis or trans. That's why you are using in this case it is not possible to use cis as well as trans. In some other cases it is possible to use both cis trans as well as EZ. Now I am taking such type of example, you see. Now here a C double bond C, here a ClH, it is a HBr. In this case we can able to write it as a cis also. Because these similar groups are at the same side of the double bonded carbon, that's why it is a cis. Here a C double bond, here a HH, here it is a Cl, it is a Br, it is a trans. It is a trans. It is a cis, that is a trans. But we can able to write it like EZ also. So EZ, all EZ isomers are not possible to write like a cis trans. But cis trans we can able to write like a EZ. How? Here I am writing it like a EZ, you see. Now first it is a cis, it is a trans. Okay. In the form of EZ also I will write. Out of these two it is a priority 1. Out of these two it is a priority 1. Now it is of course a 2. Groups with a higher priority are at a same side. So that's why this is a Z isomer. Similarly, it is a 1, it is a 2, it is a 1, it is a 2. Groups with a similar priority are at opposite side. That's why it is a E. It is a E. So we can't say cis is a Z or cis is a E. Here trans is a E or trans is a Z. We can't say like that. But we can able to write a cis trans isomers as a EZ. But it is not possible to write EZ as a cis trans. Here EZ is available. We can't say whether it is cis or trans. We can't say. But it is a cis trans isomer is there. So we can able to say it is a Z, it is a E. Like that. Next, sometimes on this carbon-carbon double bond, Here 4 different groups are there, like Cl35, Cl37 is there. It is a hydrogen and it is a CH3. According to CIP priority rules, here the atom which is directly bonded to this double bonded carbon, atomic numbers we will compare. So out of atomic number of this carbon which is directly bonded to double bonded carbon and a hydrogen which is bonded to double bonded carbon, this carbon is having more atomic number compared with hydrogen. Because of more atomic number of this carbon compared with hydrogen, it is getting a higher priority compared with this one. But in this case, these two are isotopes. In the case of isotopes, the one with a higher mass number, this is having a mass number more, so that's why it is getting a better priority. It is a 1, it is a 2. Now, here by taking these, the groups with a higher priority are at the same side, or groups with a similar priority are at the same side. Then it is called a Z isomer, and it is, I am writing other one, that is a Cl35, it is a Cl37, it is a hydrogen, it is a CH3, it is a 1, it is a 2, it is a 1, it is a 2. Now groups with a similar priority or at the opposite sides, so that's why it is a E isomer. It is a E isomer and it is a Z isomer. Similarly, I am taking a C double bond C, it is a CH3, it is a CH2 CH3. Now it is a CHO, it is a CH2OH. Now in this case, it is not possible to decide based on the atom which is directly bonded to double bonded carbon, because in these two cases, the atom which is directly bonded to double bonded carbon is same atom, means same atomic number is there, same carbon atom, so it will not decide. These two atomic numbers are same, then atomic numbers of the atoms which are directly bonded to these atoms we will compare. These atoms we will compare. And one more thing, multiple bonds are there. If multiple bonds are there, then multiple bond means a double bond as well as a triple bond. Here, if it is there means a duplicate form of this we will take. Duplicate form of this we will take. If a triple bond is there, we will take a triplicate form of this. What is the meaning of a duplicate and a triplicate? I will explain here. By taking this one, it is a C double bond of OH is present. Whereas by taking this one, a C, H, OH is there. Now to this carbon, oxygen is bonded as well as a hydrogen is bonded. So it is bonded with a double bond, means we have to take it as a duplicate form, means here this carbon is bonded to one hydrogen and with a single bond we will write 2 oxygens. So we are taking it as a duplicate like that. 2 times this oxygen is bonded to carbon, like that we were taken. Finally, with this carbon, here 2 oxygens are bonded and 1 hydrogen is bonded. Similarly, to this carbon, 1 oxygen is bonded, 2 hydrogens also bonded. Now you compare this with this one. Here to this carbon, 2 oxygens are bonded, 1 hydrogen is bonded. To this carbon, 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogens are bonded. So first element you compare. The atomic number of this and that both are same, so it is not deciding. But here it is oxygen, it is a hydrogen. So atomic number of this oxygen both are same. Whereas the atomic number of this oxygen and hydrogen, they are different. So this oxygen consists of more atomic number. So that's why this group is getting better priority compared with this one. Similarly, here you take a H. Here also it is a CH3. This carbon is bonded to 3 hydrogen atoms. Whereas this carbon is bonded to 1 carbon atom and 2 hydrogen atoms. So this hydrogen, this carbon we will compare because the first elements are there on those two only. So atomic number of this is more, that's why it is getting more priority, it is getting a lesser priority. So based on that, here groups with a higher priority, are at opposite sides, or groups with a similar priority are at opposite sides. So that's why it is a E. It is a E isomer. It is a E isomer. So if we will interchange these two or these two, we will get the Z isomer. Now I am taking another one, C. Here OH is there, here CH3 is there, here CH2, CH3, and it is a CH3. Now we can able to write it as a cis also. Cis. Of course, by taking this like this, that is a CH2, CH3. Here a CH3OH, it is a trans. It is a trans. Cis, that is a trans. Now we can able to write it like EZ form also. How? Here this is the atom which is directly bonded to this. This is the atom. So these two are having different atomic numbers. This oxygen is having more atomic number compared with carbon. So that's why it is getting a priority 1. It is getting a priority 2. And now in this case, these two are same atoms. Then you compare the remaining atoms which are bonded to this carbon as well as this carbon. To this carbon, 3 hydrogens are bonded, whereas to this carbon, 1 carbon and 2 hydrogens are bonded. So this is nothing but this carbon, and these are the 2 hydrogen atoms which are bonded to this carbon. Now you compare this carbon and hydrogen atomic numbers. Carbon atomic number is more when compared with hydrogen. So that's why it is getting a priority 1, it is getting a priority 2. So groups with a similar priority are at a same side. So groups with a similar priority are at a same side. So that's why it is a Z isomer. It is a Z isomer. And it is a E isomer. How? It is a 1, 2. It is a 1, it is a 2. Groups with a similar priority are at opposite side. So it is a E isomer. Of course, EZ isomers are geometrical isomers with each other, similar to cis trans isomers. Cumulated double bonded system. In the cumulated double bonded system, the same carbon consists of 2 double bonds, that side, this side, like that. You see here it is some CH3H, double bond C, here a CH3H, like that. Now similarly C, double bond C, here a C, CH3H, here a CH3H. In the cumulated double bonded system, here odd number of double bonds are there, cumulated double bonds are there, then it will exhibit geometrical isomerism. If even number of cumulated double bonds are there, it will not exhibit geometrical isomerism. It will not exhibit geometrical. Why? Because here this is in this plane and this is not in this plane. This is a perpendicular to this one. These two are present like that. Means we can't compare these two. Whereas in this case, if odd number of double bonds are there, this is in the plane of this board. These two also in the plane of this board. Means this group, this carbon, this hydrogen are in the plane of the board. This, they are also in the plane of the board. So they are in same plane. So now based on that, they are at same side of the double bonds. So that's why we can able to write it as a cis. If these two are at opposite side, means C double bond C, double bond C, double bond C. Here a CH3H, here a CH3H. Then we can able to write it as a trans. It is a trans, that is a cis. But in this case, these two will not exhibit. Means this carbon, this hydrogen, they are in the plane of the board. plane of the bore. Whereas this carbon, this hydrogen, this carbon, they are perpendicular to both. So this is present like this is present like that. So it is not possible to exhibit geometrical isomerism. So whenever cumulated double bonds are there, odd number of double bonds are there, then it will exhibit. Of course, here if suppose in place of this one here same two groups are there, then it will not exhibit. These two groups are different, then it is possible to exhibit. Next one, in the case of oximes, here are two types of oximes are there. One is aldoxime and other one is ketoximes. Aldoxymes as well as ketoximes. These are the two types of oximes. Means how these oximes are obtained. Here you take aldehyde. We know aldehyde, that is a CH3CHO. For my convenience, I am writing this one like this. This is nothing but a CHO, aldehyde. This is a acetaldehyde. Now it on treating with NH2OH. This is a hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine. By treating with this one, it combines with this and loses water. After that, we are getting this CH3H double bond NOH. Of course, on it lone pair of electrons are there. They are present like that. They are present like that. Now, on this double bonded carbon at here in the case of aldoxymes, on this double bonded carbon, one hydrogen is definitely there because this is nothing but this hydrogen only. This is the hydrogen of the aldehyde group only. So always a hydrogen is present in the case of aldoxymes. Aldoxymes. So with respect to hydrogen, OH group is there always there on the nitrogen. Because this is oxime now, OH group is always there on nitrogen. Hydrogen is always there on carbon in the case of aldoxymes. We will compare this hydrogen which is present on this double bonded carbon and OH group present on the double bonded nitrogen. If these two are at opposite sides, it is called anti. It is called anti. If these two are at the same side, that is a hydrogen present on the double bonded carbon and OH group present on the nitrogen, they are at the same side, it is called syn. Now this syn and anti-isomers are also geometrical isomers. These two are also geometrical isomers. All aldoxymes, they will exhibit geometrical isomerism except this one. That if you take formaldehyde and you treat this with hydroxylamine, that is NH2OH, we are getting a CH double bond NOH. This will not exhibit a geometrical isomerism because these two are same groups. That's why it will not exhibit any geometrical isomerism. Other than that, remaining all aldehydes on combining with hydroxylamine, they produce as oximes. All those oximes, they will exhibit geometrical isomerism. Means on treating this aldehyde with oxime, how many isomers are possible? Two isomers are possible. One is a syn isomer, other one is an anti-isomer. Syn as well as anti-isomer. Like that. So in the case of aldoxymes, okay, hydrogen is there. We compared hydrogen position and OH position. That is hydrogen spatial orientation and OH. So they are at same side, then we call them as a syn. And if they are at opposite side, we called them as anti. But in the case of ketoxymes, you see here CH3, here a C double bond, C2H5. Here I am taking a O, that is a ketone. Here we have to take here unsymmetric ketone. symmetric ketone, on reaction with oxime, it will produce a ketoxime. That ketoxime is not exhibiting geometrical isomerism, because if you are taking a symmetric ketone means these two groups are same. So after treating with this NH2OH, we are getting a ketoxime like this. So these two are same. That's why this ketoxime is not exhibiting any geometrical isomerism. So these two groups must be different groups. Then only it will exhibit a geometrical isomerism. To have these two groups are different means that must be unsymmetrical ketone only need to react with hydroxylamine. Means the two groups which are present on that carbon must be different. Now here this on a reaction with this hydroxylamine, it is producing this oxime. This is a ketoxime. That is here a CH2CH3 NOH and a lone pair is there. Other possibility is here a C double bond NOH and here a CH2CH3 is there and a CH3 is there. So these two are geometrical isomers with each other. This is one form and it is the another form. So these two are geometrical isomers with each other. But here question is here whether it is syn or anti, right? If you want to write it as a syn, yes, you can able to write it like a syn. If you want to write it as a trans, that also possible. How? Here, if you started with a syn, you need to write first a methyl group. Why? Because a methyl group is a syn to OH. You always compare any group with OH only. So CH3 group is a syn to OH. So you started with a syn, so you write immediately methyl. So syn methyl. After that the second group you write, next group. So it is a syn with respect to which group? Methyl group. With respect to methyl group, it is syn means the methyl group and OH group of the nitrogen, they are at same side with respect to C double bond N. So now it is a syn methyl ethyl oxime, ketoxime. Okay. Next one is if instead of writing this one, you started with anti. In this case, you need to first write the group which is anti to OH. So ethyl is the anti to OH. So you write ethyl. So anti-ethyl methyl ketoxime. Next one is you write this one here. You start with a syn. It is a syn ethyl methyl ketoxime. Or you started with the anti, then the group which is anti to OH you need to write first. If you started with the syn, the group which is a syn to OH you need to write first. You started with the anti, you need to write first the group which is anti to OH, then you will write the second group like that. Here syn ethyl methyl ketoxime. Here anti methyl ethyl ketoxime. Like that these oximes we will write. Similarly, azo compounds, they are having a N double bond N. Azo compounds, they are having N double bond N. So they are also exhibiting a syn and anti. They are also syn and anti also geometrical isomers with each other. In the case of oximes as well as the azo compounds, instead of using cis and trans, we will use syn and anti. Here syn and anti. In this case, syn is similar to cis. Trans is similar to that anti. Right here CH3. This is actually lone pair here, lone pair here. It is a syn. Now N double bond N, this is a CH3, CH3. Here it is anti. Similarly, you take C double bond, here N double bond N, here C6H5, here C6H5, it is anti. Here N double bond N, here C6H5, C6H5, lone pairs are there, it is seen. It is seen. So these two are geometrical isomers with each other. These two are also geometrical isomers with each other. And the next one is calculation of number of geometrical isomers in alkenes only, having more than means here you take C double bond C, here it is a CH3Cl, here a Cl CH3. In this case, it will exhibit only two geometrical isomers. One is a cis, other one is a trans. Of course, it is a trans. Here a C double bond C, here a Cl, Cl. It is a CH3, it is a CH3, it is a cis, it is a trans. Calculation of number of geometrical isomers which are possible if the structure it consists of means that compound it consists of more than two double bonds. Now it is a CH3 CH double bond CH. Here a CH double bond CH. Here a CH2 CH3. Means the end group which is bonded to this double bond group, this double bonded carbon, we will take it as a single group. This is a ethyl group, and to this double bonded carbon methyl group. This is a methyl, that is a ethyl. These two are different groups. This is a different from that. Don't compare this and this. Here entire group you take it as a single group. Why? The entire group which is bonded to this double bonded carbon only you take. Now it is these two are different, means it is not having any type of symmetry. In such cases, the number of geometrical isomers is equal to 2 power n, where n is a number of stereogenic centers. Stereogenic centers means the double bonds which are responsible for geometrical isomerism, because geometrical isomers also called as stereoisomers. So this is one type of stereoisomers only. So these two double bonds are responsible for forming the geometrical isomers. So these are responsible for stereoisomerism. So that's why these are called stereo centers. So here two stereo centers are there, means 2 power 2, that is 4 geometrical isomers are possible. Similarly, here a CH3 CH double bond CH, CH double bond CH, CH3 is there. Is having a symmetry, means this group and this group they are same. Now in this case the formula to calculate geometrical isomers is 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n by 2 minus 1. 2 power n by 2 minus 1. Here where n is two stereogenic centers. That is 2 power 2 minus 1 plus 2 power 2 by 2 minus 1. So that is 2 plus 2 power 0. So 2 plus 1. So 3. 3 geometrical isomers are possible. It is applicable if number of stereogenic centers are even number. Even number of stereogenic centers and having a same type of groups at the end, means having a symmetry. Symmetry means here with respect to this one, this half and that half both are same. Sometimes it may have 3 double bonds, means 3 stereogenic centers and having symmetry, means you see CH3, here CH double bond CH, CH double bond CH, CH double bond CH, CH3. It is having 3 stereogenic centers. 3 is a odd number. And this group which is bonded to double bonded carbon, this group which is bonded to this double bonded carbon, both are same. means this molecule is having a symmetry. It is a symmetric molecule and it consists of a odd number of stereogenic centers. In such cases, in the previous case symmetry is there, but even number of stereogenic centers are there. But here odd number of stereogenic centers are there. In such cases, the formula to calculate geometrical isomerism is 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1 by 2. 2 power n minus 1 by 2. So here you see it is a 2 power, here n is a 3. That is a 3 minus 1 means a 2 plus 2 power 2 by 2. So that is a 4 plus it is a 2 square 4. Similarly this is a 2. So totally 6 isomers they are possible. That is a 6 geometrical isomers are possible with for this one.